So I'm Dan Ponsonby. I'm head of customer acquisition for CES.
How has your role evolved since you first joined?
So when I first joined the company about 5.5 years ago, it was I came into an entry-level role into the contact centre. So I'd been a manager of a contact centre previously. The company kind of went under, not due to a lack of sales, but but yeah, essentially. One of the founders got in touch with me and to come down, but obviously I had to get on the phone, show what I could do, and try and persuade people to take advantage of the grants. After a few months, as the company was growing, again, one of the founders was getting quite busy. He wasn't able to kind of oversee the contact centre as much as we were growing, so a job application came out to run the contact centre. And yeah, I went for it and I got it, and I kind of been doing that ever since. But again, recently my role has evolved again to have a bit more of an oversight on the marketing department in terms of lead acquisition for that, as well as getting more involved with kind of field staff as well as office staff as well.
Have you enjoyed your kind of evolvement of change from just being here to leader?
Yeah, absolutely. I think 5.5 years ago, we were in an office which was didn't have any windows or any ventilation. It was we used to call it the dungeon.
Yeah.
You kind of leave at the end of the day. You didn't know what the weather was like. You're kind of coming out to it, a surprise all the time. But now we got this fantastic office, and yeah, I've grown a lot with the company as the company's grown over the last 5.5 years, and yeah, probably enjoy. It's probably more stressful now, but I do enjoy it.
Pressure is a privilege, right?
It is, absolutely.
What's one of your proudest moments or achievements here?
There's so many. I think there's kind of a core management group within CES, and we all kind of started in the same place, and we've all kind of rose through the ranks. And probably just working together to help grow the business has probably been the proudest thing, really. Yeah, team cohesion. And yeah, just the people around us have made it successful.
What are the kind of what do you feel are the values that define this workplace?
Hard work, energy, enthusiasm, dedication. I think you can be whatever you want to be in CES. You've got to put the work in, and you'll get rewarded for it. So yeah, my best advice to people who've maybe joined the company recently or whatever it may be, there is genuine career paths here. I'm obviously testament to that. Yeah. And although you maybe get a lucky break or two along the way like I did, I think, without sounding arrogant, I've worked hard, and I think, I've done well in the positions that I've been in, really.
There's no talent without hard work, you see.
There isn't,
that's important,
absolutely.
Isn't it? So, and I've noticed when I came in here, the energy levels, because it's a lot younger generation that I'm used to. So
yeah.
The energy is brilliant. Who are the biggest influences or role models for you here?
I think Stephen Williams, Twee, was definitely, he was kind of sales director of the business. Yeah. He was kind of the person that I would kind of answer to. Just a great bloke, really, really fun. And funny, and but also with a real serious work ethic and a drive to get what we need to get done. So yeah, he's influenced me a lot. He's been there for me inside and outside of work. So yeah, definitely.
There is a great culture here, like hard work, but
yeah,
you've got to enjoy it as well.
Yeah, we have fun whilst we do it, 100%.
What advice would you give to anyone joining the company now today?
Try and stand out. That's what I did. I came in. It was a little bit of a knockback from being a contact centre manager for a number of years, and then having to kind of go into an entry-level role again. Yeah. It was tough, but I had to swallow it. I had to get on with it, and if I can become a success here off the back of having a big knockback and setback that I did, if you're coming in here with a clean slate, fresh ambition, just work as hard as you possibly can, and show your talents. Don't be afraid to think outside the box, and yeah, it all stems from hard work and willing to improve, wanting to improve. Implementing training and guidance is given to you.
How do you stay motivated and engaged? After 5 years, not a long time, but
no, but yeah, look, there's obviously peaks and troughs in any job and in any business. But I think I've just kind of developed my mindset quite a lot to think positively, try and block out the negativity. You know, in the mornings, for example, if I'm feeling a little bit tired, I kind of give my head a wobble, give my head a wobble, give it a shake, and get myself up for the day. And I think just attack every day.
Do you feel you have to kind of be more motivated now because of your leadership role? So if they kind of see you being a bit down,
yeah,
you know, it kind of reflects then on them maybe?
100%, you've got to lead by example. I'm always asking, you know, everybody who I oversee to work hard, be motivated, to think positively, and it's, you know, it's pointless if you're not doing it yourself, really, isn't it? You know, so yeah, trying to lead from the front on that aspect, I suppose.
I know it's a bit early, but what legacy do you hope to leave behind you?
Obviously, all the customers that we help, number one, is sometimes you can kind of lose track of that, you know, when you're in the day-to-day in the office, and because it's so fast-paced and because we're all working so hard. But we are helping a huge amount of people out there. We are genuinely helping people reduce their bills, improving their living conditions, and you know, some of the stories that I've seen over the last 5.5 years have been, you know, really genuine, really quite emotional, that we are doing a, you know, great thing for a lot of people. It's genuinely changed people's lives over the last 5.5 years. So that's one aspect of it. And I think there's probably 40 or so people who started with me in the contact centre who've moved through the business and are now in other roles and had promotions, you know, all of that kind of thing. So I'd like to think I've had some impact on their career, developing them and their lives ultimately. So a blend between customers and obviously the people I manage.
How has working here impacted you personally or professionally?
A great amount. I was, you know, being made redundant 13th of December 2020.
You always remember the worst days, don't you?
You do.
It's always stuck in there, the trauma.
Yeah, so waiting on redundancy pay, hadn't been paid, and CES gave me a lifeline, you know, so yeah, very grateful for it, and I just tried to grab it with both hands ever since.
Professionally and personally, really?
Yeah, 100%. You know, I live quite comfortably, and personally, I've grown a huge amount. I learned a huge amount before coming here, but definitely evolved with the kind of leadership that was here. They were genuinely on a different level.
What's the most meaningful relationship you've built during your time here?
Again, there's so many. Well, I met my girlfriend here, so that's probably the most meaningful one, I suppose.
You have to say that.
But yeah, I met Katie here, so that's definitely the most meaningful, for sure.
Brilliant. And the last one is, do you have a favourite story or a memory that captures the spirit of this place?
Probably, you know, a couple of times a year we do a summer seminar, which basically gives an overview of the last 12 months, hand some awards out to people who've kind of get some recognition. The directors were trying to do their speech and everybody was a little bit rowdy and chanting kind of CES, CES, CES. And yeah, the whole place was just bouncing, and the directors had to tell everybody to shut up because they needed to get on with it.
I think that's nice. That just shows the culture.
Yeah,
and everybody gets on here. But I do think also, since I've been here, you know, you have to celebrate success.
100%.
Because there's plenty of down times in life personally and in work. So when you do have success, you have to celebrate it together.
100%. I've worked in a lot of businesses where, you know, they're very quick to criticise and don't praise very often. Yeah. You know, you need to recognise the good work that goes on here. There's a lot of hard-working people in the business, and they deserve recognition. They deserve the breaks that they get, essentially.
Cheers, Dan.
Nice one.